We are meeting again in lesson number 34, which is about the elements of the variable view in Spss. Spss has got two views. The variable view that contains the names and some other attributes for the variable, whereas the data view displays the data which correspond to the variables. So this view here contains the name of the variable, the type of the variable, the width of the variable, the decimal place in case the variable is numeric, and the label and the values, the missing value, the column, align, and measure, and the row. So we're going to look at all this one here. You have, this is the name for the variable. For example, you have here the ID. We shall discuss about that. Then you have the gender of the variable. They say it is a string. And you have the all. So you have the name, the type, the width, the decimal, the label, the value, the missing, the column, the align, measure, and then the row. And all this one actually is seen in the variable view. So the name provides a short, unique, machine-readable identifier for each variable. So it means that if your variable is made up of two words, it should be written as one word without a space so that the machine will be able to identify it. Otherwise, if you write your variables, in case your variable is made up of two words, you put a space between the words, your machine will reject that one. The second one is the type of the variable. For example, if you say you define the kind of the data your variable is holding. If your variable, for example, is numeric, then it is number, then you have to identify that it is number there. If it is a text, then it is a string, if there are dates and etc. The width, this one is very important because it controls the maximum number of the characters. In case for the string variables, this is the number of the letters, and then for the numeric variables, the number of the total digits that can be displayed for the variables data. The decimals, this is actually only applies when you are talking about or when you have entered a variable which is number. Of course, when you have a number, then you have to specify the decimal, whether your number has got one decimal place, two, and etc. and etc. Number 5 is the level. This provides a descriptive, a human readable name or phrase for the variable, offering clarity beyond short, often cryptic variables. Why should we specify this one here? Because now when you come back here, uh, uh, for example, you have written the name of your variable gender, which is a string. Why? You say it is a string because you denote F for female and M for male, so it is a string. Here, you have just written gender, but if you want to go further, you can write here respondent's gender in the label here. Now, it will become very clear. You have seen that in most data analysis, the names of the variables are written by the number of the question, for example, Q1, which you cannot understand, but here you have to specify this Q1 is what? What does it stand for? That is why the label here is really very important. So thank you. I will see you soon in the next video.